Well, the humidity still a factor on this fall afternoon, but no rain in the forecast. That's the good news as you look inside Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Lawrence going to put it up right away.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack.
Now Lawrence.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Boy, how about this to start a ball game? That's twice in a row now, Charles, that they get to it.
And how often do we talk about offenses that operate off of a script to begin games? Feels like this defense had their script together on this one, and their script said put the quarterback down and do it fast.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Play action. Now Richardson.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Now the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Jaguars 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Motion man is Schwartz. On 2nd down, Lawrence
rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You look at this Colt defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 23. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Scott to return it.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Shoves him away, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Forced out to his left.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. Down the left sideline.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback. Great disguise, great fake, got the screen out there, turned into a large gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Motion man is Schwartz. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Colts 12-yard line.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence.
Touchdown Jaguars!
Anthony Schwartz.
From 8 yards out.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just notice right there, because the best quarterback receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a...
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Here's Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Lawrence.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
A 42-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Richardson now on second down. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. That's going to be taken in by Downs.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Richardson off the play fake.
Looking deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Second and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Nice little juke. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. They run once more with Taylor.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Richardson out of the shotgun.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts have retaken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Scott on the return out of the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives him the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now, that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1 yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him because...
And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Colts 21, Jaguars 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully fairly confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Go, let's go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rhodes. The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's good for Jaguars.
Lawrence will throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The Jaguars at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Najee Harris, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
They're going to try and run. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Richardson working from the gun. A little short pass. This is Everett.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First and 10. Here's Richardson with it. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Hey, lion, lion.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Balled it to 26, 2nd and 7.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Second and 7. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right down the middle. They will cut the lead down to just 2.
So they get the turnover in cross territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of there.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And Richardson back to throw it. And this taken in by Downs.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell them, touchdown!
Gerald Everett, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know The great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10, back to the air with Richardson.
Gets it to Strong. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, it's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Back to the air with Richardson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar shot.
It's a ton as multiple defenders get to it.
To me, the defense is a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. A run here with Bigsby.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
11. Here we go.
On first down, Lawrence. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Lawrence now going to move him around.
It's second and inches. At the 40-yard line.
Gun. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Samuel bringing in the slant. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a second and 10. Here's Lawrence. He's going to have to hook up to Schwartz. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts' 29-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Motion man is Schwartz. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Lawrence fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 17-yard line.
On second down, this is Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Take right open.
Lawrence will throw. Buying time to his left. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Deebo Samuel with career touchdown number 60. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Richardson looking to throw. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the outright that completes it. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now a give to Taylor.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal.
This is caught. Touchdown, Colts.
Gerald Everett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts will add to their 4th quarter lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Jaguars 26.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
Move those chains. That's good for a Jacksonville. 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this one's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14.
Now Lawrence changing the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
They'll run with Scott.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A short throw to Ingram. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
30 left. 11. 13 loop. 11 again.
On 2nd down, Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Scott. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Over the middle, complete. It's Schwartz. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 8-yard line.
Now Scott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Richardson.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
And that's incomplete. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw it. That is intercepted. And the Jags are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. This is 1st and 10. Here's Richardson.
Gets it to Strong. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Into space at the 45. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock. And they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
There he goes, right side. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the 4th.
And there's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Take right open.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Lawrence.
Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Third and 1.
Throwing now, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Hey, easy. Route. Here we go.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's good. Jacksonville. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal.
Hey, kill.
He's back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
11. Gun.
Back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This is 3rd and goal.
30 left.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Down to a knee goes Richardson, and that should finish off this victory. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Indianapolis, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast